But coming into today's game, there was a lot of trash talk going on between the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, a lot of this stemming from last year's NFC Championship game. But you know what my high school football coach used to tell me? Do the talking with your pads. And that's exactly what the 49ers did today. Let's head on over to the city of brotherly love. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles showing the 49ers no hospitality. No, really, look at this. Right before the game starts, things getting a bit chippy between both teams. All right, let's get to the game now. Here in the second quarter, 49ers in the red zone. Brock Purdy rolls out, and he hits Rockland native Brandon Ayuk for the touchdown. And look at this replay right here. Kyle Shanahan telling Purdy, get the ball to Ayuk right there. He's open. The Sierra College alum had 5 catches for 46 yards and that awesome touchdown. Niners take their first lead, and boy, would they add to it. Later in the second quarter, Niners back in the red zone. Christian McCaffrey gets the touchdown. All this dude does is score touchdowns. CMC becomes the first 49er to rush for 1,000 yards in a season since 2014. To the third quarter now, and let the Deebo Samuel show begin. Now, Matt, he can run the ball, catch the ball, can probably throw it too. That fan is not happy right there. Deebo ran that in for 12 yards. Niners take a 21-6 lead. Later in the quarter, tempers start to fly. Look at this. Devontae Smith catches the ball near the sideline. Trey Greenlaw body slams him, and then he gets into it with Eagles Chief Security Officer, Big Dom. And chances are you don't want to pick a fight with a Chief Security Officer by the name of Big Dom. Anyway, both Greenlaw and Dom would be ejected from the game. Let's go back to the game now. 49ers driving. Purdy hits Deebo across the middle, and Deebo Samuel snatching chains and scoring touchdowns. I mean, he's one of the most dangerous guys in the league after the catch. Deebo had the hat trick on the day. He got 4 balls for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, also rushed for 22 yards and a touchdown. This guy is the ultimate weapon. And how about Brock Purdy? This is one way to silence those haters. Purdy threw for 314 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. The 49ers go on to mollywop the Eagles 42-19. San Francisco moves to 9-3 on the season. And now that top spot in the NFC is in reach for the Niners.
We kind of came out slow. We had to get settled in and just do what we do. We had to start off running the ball, and then everything else start clicking. Hey, my man is a humble beast. He don't talk about himself too much, but I do it. 314 yards, 4 touchdowns. My man had a day. It means a lot to this group. One thing that we fighting for is the first week bye in the playoffs, and we're gonna keep striving to do that.
Wow. So clearly, Matt, coming into today's game, the Eagles were the top dogs in the NFC.
Absolutely.
They pretty much have been the whole season, but especially today. The 49ers go into that hostile environment in Philadelphia, and they don't just beat the Eagles. They absolutely destroy the Eagles on their home field. What does a win like this say about the San Francisco 49ers?
Well, I wouldn't just say the Eagles were the top team in the NFC. I'd say they're the top team in the NFL. And I think this win solidifies a lot of what we believed about the San Francisco 49ers, which is, in my opinion, they're the most talented team on both sides of the ball. And when they're able to stay healthy, good things happen. Now, this is not a one-to-one comparison with the NFC Championship game, where, of course, the Eagles beat the Niners earlier this year. We all know what happened to Brock Purdy in that game, and who knows how it would have gone if Brock Purdy had not gotten injured. Regardless, this is a big deal for San Francisco, because not only can they say they've beaten the Eagles when healthy and proven that they are up there with Philadelphia, they also did it in Philadelphia. So there is, if these two teams do meet again in an NFC Championship scenario or in the playoffs, there's a very good chance that that game's going to be in Philly. The Niners know that they can get the job done. They've got so many weapons on the offensive side of the ball. It's amazing that you can worry so much about Christian McCaffrey, and rightfully so. And then you have Deebo rattle off 3 touchdowns like that. I don't know how defensive coordinators plan to handle a team like the Niners offensively. And then the Niners defense is just as dominant and just as scary. So it's a complete team.
Absolutely. Pick your poison. Definitely a talented team. And Brock Purdy has officially entered his name back into the MVP race with this performance that he had today. Of course, it's going to be very interesting the last, 6 weeks of this season to see how things play out. But a great game nonetheless. All right.